Action.
Hey YouTube, it's Pavlovsandor and Tripod.
Hey guys.
Just getting ready to go to work. I have an update on my stitches. Oh shit, I forgot my phone. Oh, in case anybody hasn't cut their finger before, you kind of don't feel it. You feel the knife bouncing off the finger. It doesn't hurt right away. You just feel the knife bounce off. And then you look down and see what the damage is. So, in case you're wondering. So I got it stitched up. It was looking good for a while. And then Easter morning, it kind of hurt at the base of my finger, like down here by the palm. And it was a little red right here. I'm just bringing up the photos. And I didn't think nothing of it. Still looked like it was healing to me. But it wasn't. At the end of the night, my whole hand looked like a balloon. It was really bad.
It was gross.
Let me just find it real quick. I mean, that's how red the finger got. It was all puffy. So after Easter, we were going to wake up early and go to the emergency room. And I thought they were just going to shoot some more antibiotics into it. But when we woke up, the swelling, like this whole area was swollen and it was like a bubble and you couldn't see my knuckles. And but I woke up and it looked fine. It didn't hurt at the bottom like it did on Easter morning. So we didn't go. At the end of the night, it did swell up again. The day after Easter that night, it swelled up again and turned red again right here, this whole back of my hand. And it was puffy as hell and red. So we're laying in bed at about 3 in the morning. I was just talking and I rolled over onto my finger and all this stuff shot out. All this pus came out the stitch holes. You want to see it now, it looks tons better. Let me make sure I got my phone for work. But like there was pus coming out the corners. The stitch in the middle, I only had 3 stitches over the knuckle. And the stitch in the middle came out, I don't know where, when, either. But pus came out the remaining stitch holes, and you could just see the skin was all bunched up and bubbly and puffy. And so we squeezed out some more stuff and wiped it off and cleaned it off. And Tripod said, you know, you should probably cut the stitches out.
Because his finger didn't have room to expand. The stitches were holding it in place.
Yeah, my thoughts were, once you cut the stitches out, though, there's no going back. They'll have to redo it. Or I thought they could still maybe just straight up shoot antibiotics and do it. I don't know. But she talked me into it. And it's a good thing she did. So, oh, that's another use. Srjoben, I just saw your stitch video, which was cool. The crossbow was hilarious. But another use for the Swiss Army Classic stitch cutter. You can just press it on the side to get under the stitch and then cut it. So that worked out, and then the tweezers to pull out the stitches. That stung a little. You can feel them move around. It stung a little when the stitches came out.
But it released the rest of the infection.
Yeah, this whole thing, I thought this was going to split open worse, but it didn't do too bad. We rinsed it. We had a shitload of saline bottles, like little jars, from your surgery. Yeah. So we had a ton of those. We just cracked them open and put my hand over a bucket, and she just kept pouring it on. And
then I wrapped it in sterile gauze.
Yeah. So then at the emergency room, we got there. We were there, what, like 40 minutes?
Yeah.
It was really short. But he looked at it, and he says, it's pink, it's healing, so that looks good. We'll just give you some antibiotics, which was great. But he said if it looked like it did the night before, I would have been admitted. So
if I hadn't told him to cut out them stitches and release the infection, he would have been in the hospital for it.
I hate hospitals, so they would have checked me in for a day or so and gave me IV antibiotics. But in this case, they just gave me some medicine and sent me home. And with the stitches in, I couldn't really use this finger. It was kind of locked like this. It was very stiff to use, you know, the stitches pulling.
And he argued with me about taking them damn stitches out?
I didn't argue with you.
You liar.
No, I didn't. I said, do you want me to take him out finally? And you said, yeah.
Yeah, after like 20 minutes of arguing with me.
It's funny because she kept checking through the last 2 days. She's like, show me your finger. Because to me it didn't look that bad, but when she saw it the last time, she's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was gross.
I don't like going
and I kept telling him, babe, that's full of stuff. That's got pus in it. It's gross. It's full. And he said, no, it was just the muscle.
You think everything's full
of pus. I know your head's full of pus.
So it's healing now. I guess that's pink instead of red. And it's not, I mean, it's kind of open. They said just wash it out with soap. You don't have to, just let it breathe and stay dry. So that's the update on that. The first time we went in, they said, oh, you did a good job cleaning it, and they didn't clean it there. So I don't know why it got infected, but...
He scratches his ass too much.
Oh, Srjoben was talking about how they look at you weird when you explain the story. Like, I didn't want to tell the nurses anyway about, oh, I was in my backyard chopping water bottles and with a knife, and I picked one up and was carving on it, and it blew through my finger. Oh! I don't have my ring on, but my wedding ring, because it's too swollen, my wedding ring, it hit, the tonto tip hit my wedding ring and then blew through my knuckle. So if I hadn't had the ring on, it probably would have been cut from here all the way down. So that was another cool thing. But the thing about telling them what happened...
His ring looks like that, so...
The thing about telling them what happened, yeah, they were kind of like, what did you cut your finger with? I'm like, a pocket knife, and they're like... So that was weird enough for them. And then at work, I get to work and I'm telling all the guys, I tell them what was going on. I'm like, I was chopping water bottles in half and then I picked one up. And some of the guys were like, you were doing what? like I could just see them thinking, why in the world would you ever do that? Why? And some guys were like, oh yeah. So some guys knew what I was talking about, chopping bottles in half. Alright, that's just an update on the stitches. I got a few more videos to make, but, man, I was getting sick, too, as my hand was puffy. I was feeling nauseous, and, I don't know. I'm on lots of antibiotics. Oh! So I went in for my finger, right? And the big news is they looked at my blood pressure, and it was 188 over something.
118.
Yeah, 188 over 18, so now I have blood pressure medicine, blah, 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 blah. So that's a big
And he
thing.
can't drink soda, and he has to cut salt out of his diet, and he's
They said don't drink so much, not cut it out. Salt, ease up on the salt. But you know what? Cheap food has a lot of salt in it. What am I going to do?
Starve.
Eat steak. Eat steak. I can't see you.
Good.
Maybe eat steak. Yeah, so that was fun. So now I gotta watch the stuff that I eat, which sucks ass.
More like I have to watch the stuff that he eats and tell him no.
Yeah, now I got somebody going, how many crackers is that? They're salted. Alright, guys. I'll see you later.
Catch you later. Bye.